This Lexus has over 600,000 miles on it. Ahmed, the car care nut, has been working on this car to bring it back to like new condition. He's been working on the mechanical part on it, making sure everything works properly. It's our job to take care of the interior and exterior. It is now in the shop to work on the exterior, and we have our work cut out for us. There's a lot of issues going on here. Let's take a look at them. Before we dive into all these issues with the 600,000 mile Lexus, you might wonder why anyone in their right mind would invest over $45,000 into a car with such high mileage to restore it to its former glory. Well, here's why.
Me and my wife were sitting on the deck and she's like, you know, this would be a very cool project. You really love these cars and you know them very well. This would be a very cool project if you were to restore this to a brand new condition or something very good. Honestly, there was no plan. I got the car and I just wanted to make sure that this car starts and drives. We want to return this car to the pursuit of perfection that birthed it, because that pursuit of perfection is not gone, but it's not to the same level that it once was.
Ahmed has spent the last year and a half fixing so much on this vehicle mechanically, including the transmission, the suspension, steering components, and after we completed the interior restoration, it's now time to bring this exterior to that same standard. With 600,000 miles on this Lexus, it shows the typical wear and tear any vehicle with this mileage would have. And seeing the look on Ahmed's face at the end of this project, it's so priceless, it's awesome. But first, we need to address all these issues. Scratches in the paint, a lot of repainted panels that have visible defects and chips in them, the old pinstriping, it's falling off the car, and this back deck lid that just does not align right. We have water spots in the glass and just years of dirt accumulation everywhere on this car. So let's get started on this project and turn back time and get this car looking like what it did back in 2001. First up is Dennis from Dennis's Dent Repair is going to be doing some pulling of all the dents. He's already came over and circled all the dents. Look at the hood. Woo! There are some issues that detailing alone cannot fix, so we're gonna have to take this car to the body shop. The hood is chipped beyond what we can fix with just touch-up paint, but before it goes to the body shop, we need to fix some dents. So we called in Dennis Does Dents. He's the best in the industry. He's awesome. Every panel on this Lexus has multiple dents. The hood in particular needs a lot of attention. 65 dents just on the hood. And Dennis spent probably a day and a half just pushing metal to get all the dents out of this vehicle. Before this actually goes to the body shop, I am going to remove these pinstripes. We're going to remove it with this rubber wheel. It just connects to a drill. And then you take all the pinstripes and adhesive off. I'm doing this before it goes to the body shop because just in case I mess anything up, we can get something repainted. The Lexus is now back from the body shop. Thank you, Johnny from Fix It Auto. They did a fantastic job. They repainted the entire front end, basically, the full front bumper and the hood, and they blended in the fenders here. So you remember all of those road rashes, blah, 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 all over the place. No more, it looks great. The color match is very, very nice. You can see they align the trunk much better. Look at that fitment. It is right on.
All right, let's get this bad boy into the bay and get it prepped and ready for film.
We need to wash the car and prep it for the paint, protection film, and ceramic coatings. We also took this opportunity to clean the engine compartment and the underside of the hood. This detail prep goes beyond just a normal car wash. Contaminants like tar, sap, brake dust, road film, and mineral deposits need to be chemically or physically removed. And so we're going to use various chemicals in a clay bar to exfoliate this paint surface and make it super clean and smooth.
All right, the prep is complete, and now we can start our detailing process. We didn't fully, I want to take off these wheels, so we're going to get it up on the lift. We're going to take off the wheels. I just did a small initial cleaning on the wheels, but we're going to take them off and get to everything within that suspension there so we can clean it a lot better on the lift. It's really hard to clean it when there's a big wheel in the way. Now, the front end has been repainted, and I wanted to look at the front end before we put film on it because we have to be careful with things like this. So this is called a dust nib, and that is a piece of dust that got into the paint while they were painting it. And this one is a pretty big one. So normally you'll be able to sand them out and flatten them and make sure it's super flat. So when we put the film on, there's nothing that stops that film from laying super flat. You won't see an air bubble. But that one's pretty big. I'm gonna try to sand it a little bit, but we'll see where that goes.
Before we add any of the protections, we're gonna lift the car up onto the lift, and we're gonna use the dry ice energy machine to clean and blast away years of dirt on the suspension and other hard to reach parts.
You can see where we pressure washed it. I mean, you know, getting the pressure washer there, you can't get behind the wheel, and that's what sucks. But look at all this dirt buildup. Look where we pressure washed, behind the wheel, dirt buildup. Oh, it's so dirty. Look at that.
I have a love-hate relationship with dry ice blasting. I love the results, but I hate the mess and the noise it makes. But as you can see, the results after this is definitely well worth it.
There's something special about walking up to a car that in your mind you assume this is a very low mile, pristine, there's not a scratch on it, looks new on the inside, everything looks beautiful, smells nice, and then you look at it, it has 600,000 miles. Many people have told me, well, why don't you just go buy a very low miles, pristine example if you love this car so much? See, I work on these cars, I see the pristine example. It will not be to this level. This car is absolutely not worth 5% of the work we're putting into it. To me, it's the adventure, I think, of taking this car to the next level, just having no limits. We're just gonna go all in and see what we come up with.
600,000 miles of crud, sand, dirt, oil, who knows what. That was fun, but let's move on to something a little less dirty.
Attention to all the little tiny details is what makes the big difference in detailing. So even though this repainted hood appears to be perfect, there are some small imperfections that we need to sand before applying the paint protection film. Older cars like this have unique challenges, like these trim pieces on the wheel wells that just collect dirt and grime and has nowhere to really go. We're covering the entire front end of this Lexus with optical paint protection film. This is a clear gloss film that absorbs rock chips, it's self-healing, and it's gonna keep this hood looking new. PPF is like a giant screen protector for your car. It's gonna protect the car, it's gonna prevent it from needing to repaint any of these panels, which you've already seen on this car is a big challenge to match perfectly. The polishing on the car is the most time-consuming part of this project, and it's also probably the most boring part. So we're not going to bore you with a bunch of polishing footage. We spent 3 full days polishing the paint and the glass and removing as many imperfections, scratches, swirls as possible.
I think this cowling here, it's the small details that make a big difference. It's all dirty and faded and everything else. So I can try to clean it while it's in there, but these wiper arms are in the way. So I think we're just going to remove the whole thing and then we'll coat it and put it back in.
The trim on these B-pillars and on the back was also in bad shape, so we used optical black PPF and we covered it, and I was amazed. It made it look brand new, even though there's some chips in there. You can't see them at all. And if anything happens to this film, we can easily just remove it and replace it. Again, it's all the little things that add up to a big difference. So cleaning the door jambs, touching up all these little paint chips around, taking the cowling off, cleaning it up, putting the ceramic coating on it, removing the windshield wipers that are faded and gray and repainting them. This all took a full day for this little stuff, but it made a whole world of difference in the car's overall appearance. And I think it's time that is very necessary to spend on a project like this.
All right, a lot of the hard work is done on this Lexus. It looks absolutely beautiful, it's shining, but we want to protect it and keep it that way and make it hydrophobic. And we're going to do that with a ceramic coating from Naziel called XR03.
Step 1, remove all the polishing oils so the coating can stick to the paint.
I'm going to do the whole top first, and then we'll do the side and work our way around.
Step 2, ceramic coat every square inch of the car.
It is good. Very good. Last step is to coat all the glass, and for that I'm using Armor Detail Supply glass. Okay, let's go see what it looks like outside. I lost the key.
The key?
I just had it. I literally just had it in my hands. No, I didn't leave it in the trunk. Come on. Good news, bad news, good news. The car is completely done. Bad news is I locked the key in the trunk. Luckily, I just texted Ahmed and he has extra keys. Very smart of him. So he's gonna run one up here. Not him, one of his employees, because I want to surprise him with the car. So he's actually coming this afternoon and we're gonna surprise him. I'll mic him up and get some reaction shots for you.
All right, where's my car? Whoa. Okay, I was expecting it to be good, but this is... Holy cow, Jason. Are you sure you didn't go buy one on Bring a Trailer or something? Dude. Come here. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're not done.
This is just...
Yeah.
Man, this is awesome. I love these calipers. I'm actually going to keep them that way. This is... I was shopping for calipers because I hated the way they look, and you kind of read my mind and got that. I love it. Dude, this is amazing. Yeah. I knew it was going to be beautiful because I know how you do work, but this is the next level.
Yeah.
Man, now I get to get it all dirty again. Sorry, Jason.